Hey guys, thanks for joining The Broken Dead. We're talking The Walking Dead for season 10, episode 11.
I don't have that. Oh, wait.
Turning up to 11 at episode 11. And we've got some news, teasers, speculation about what's to come. This is The Broken Dead. Boom. What's up, guys? This is Dylan.
I'm Quin. And thank you for joining us today, whether you're new to the show or returning. We're glad that you have all come along for the ride and hope that you all join us live at 10 every Sunday, Central Standard Time. Also, please give us a like, subscribe, and, hit the little bell icon so it can go ding.
Still holding down the dings.
Still holding them down. Just so you get notifications that every time we drop a new video or, when we go live like right now. For your podcast listeners, podcast listeners, is that a thing?
Ish. Let's just keep up because eventually it's going to be up.
All right.
Back up.
Podcast listeners, if you wouldn't mind just giving us go to 5 stars on the podcast app, wherever you may be listening to, as well as you can check out our website, which is broken.pictures.no.com.
That's right. That's important.
It is. And
no.com.
No.com. All right.
So, special notes. Happy birthday, Ian. It is my nephew's first birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I kind of went to his birthday party yesterday. So I had to work, and I take pictures of dogs on the weekends. And their computer usually works. Sometimes it gets slow because there's like 100 some odd pictures. It depends on how many dogs there are that day. And it was just slow. And I usually get off 4-ish, and I didn't get off till like 5:36. Yeah, it was bad. And his party was started at 5, so I had just enough time to drive from here to Fayetteville, and which is like 45 minutes, 35, 45 minutes, something like. Depends on how fast you drive. And so get just enough time to swing into Walmart, grab something, and then get there. And luckily, all my family had come in town. I got to see everybody for a little bit. That was fun.
Yeah. Also, it's International Women's Day.
It is.
Yeah.
Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
Big fan of women.
If you have a wonderful woman in your life, give her a hug.
Yes.
Or a young daughter. Yeah. I have one of those.
Just don't sniff her hair.
What?
Don't pull a Joe Biden.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh. They'll never live this down.
So, excuse me.
All right. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be here without women. So, I know I'm joking, but for real, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Shout out to all the women out there. I don't know how to find. I was trying to find
our little sounds?
Yeah, all our sounds and stuff, but I don't know where they went to. They changed everything around on me, so I don't really know where everything is anymore.
When we find them, you won't have to hear me do the horn anymore.
Yeah.
But until then, enjoy.
Yeah.
But also, wow.
What?
Spoiler alert, because we're about to talk about episode 11. Of The Walking Dead. And if you haven't watched it yet, sorry. You had time to leave, but you're here now. So,
sayonara.
Enjoy what we're about to say.
Excuse me. Whew. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into The Walking Dead universe. Universe news? I guess, how do you do a U? I don't know.
Ooh, wow. Like the hurricanes, that's their U.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah.
U. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm still poking fun at that. It just sounds so weird. All right, so if you guys know, a lot of people go and watch The Walking Dead on Netflix after the season's done. It usually turns up on there, right?
The whole thing.
Yeah. So speaking of Chris, friend of Quin's known Chris since forever. I met Chris several months ago. We all played D&D together, and he's came in the comments and stuff. He's going to be joining us most likely next week. He is wrapping up binging season 10 this weekend, and didn't quite get done in time. He had to work and everything, so he couldn't join us tonight. But what's up, Chris? Looking forward to him joining us, probably in this spot, maybe, unless we want to do like an Oreo situation with him over here.
No,
He's a black dude.
He can go in the middle.
But yeah, I gotta be over here on my mic. Anyways, yeah.
This
So
is my spot.
Huh?
This is my spot.
Yeah, I hear you. We're gonna put him in the middle. Put him right up front in the middle. And so yeah. Usually you can go on Netflix and binge the seasons and everything, but if you want to binge Fear, you got to go on Hulu.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird.
But now they've announced, they haven't said when it's going to happen, but The Walking Dead is moving to Hulu as well.
Okay.
So just so everybody knows, you'll find it on Hulu.
I'm trying to think. Who
Disney got that money trying to draw the people.
I feel like
in.
that's what it has to be. It's like,
Yep.
who would just be able to just say, hey, bring it over here, and they do it.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah, they've the war on Netflix is
real.
Yeah, it's real. And I don't know if this should have been in the special notes, but we're trying to do multi-stream. I don't know if this is on Facebook or not, but it should be streaming on Facebook. I don't know if it's on my personal one or on the Broken Pictures page. Hadn't quite figured that out. We're just giving it a shot and see what happens tonight. Hopefully next week we'll have it figured out. So, yeah, just, I mean, I don't know.
Be on Facebook, drop a like and a comment.
Know. Yeah. Let us know if you see it, what's going on. I'll probably find out after, but anyways, that's usually how I find out about everything.
Afterwards.
After the fact. Like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. So also in the Walking Dead universe news, the World Beyond, the new trailer came out, new teaser came out last week, and it was pretty good. It's looking more and more interesting as it goes on. I thought it might just be a coming of age, like teenagers
in the apocalypse.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But it seems to be more than that.
Okay.
They had a cast member on Talking Dead last week, and it starts April 12th, by the way, which I think is Easter. Yeah. Been watching The Walking Dead since Easter's. Nacho.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways. So, Nico Tortorella, who is one of the main characters on the show, was on Talking Dead last week. He compared World Beyond to national news as opposed to Fear and Walking Dead Prime as being like local news. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to learn a lot more about the Walking Dead universe.
This is kind of an overview of the whole world, which means they because they live in the city that is, a monument to the past, so they have to know basically everything that's going around the country, but they probably either don't have the resources to interfere, or is like, it's over there, it's fine, we're not dealing with it.
Yeah. So the way he explained it, well, I mean, just from the other teasers, it seems like there is these two main girls, and their father has gone missing. And he is apparently one of the heads of security for this place or something like that. But this Nico guy, his character, I forget his character's name. He is also a head of security. His backstory, he's gay, was kicked out of his house. And this guy is like a father to him as well, who took him in and raised him. Okay. And so it's very interesting dynamic, and he goes with the two girls because that's like his father too, and he's trying to protect them. He's one of the city's heads of security as well. So and they have never seen the world outside the city. They were born, raised in the apocalypse, don't know what it's like outside the walls. Okay. This guy apparently does. So he
has to be older than they are.
Yeah, I think in real life he's like 30, 31 or something like that, but he looks a lot younger. But on the show they were kind of teasing that he was kind of like the Rick of the show. So, I mean there's no other Rick, but it will be interesting. Hey Shayla, didn't find it on Facebook. Well, shoot.
Okay.
Oh well.
Wow.
We'll figure it out. Hopefully, eventually it'll be on Facebook.
She
Eventually.
went to look. Thank you, dear. Okay.
Yep. Shayla's got her back. Let's see.
But
It sounds interesting. Oh, also, I got a couple things on here. I took lots of notes, guys.
That's
Hear
so
my
many
papers
pages
crinkling.
of notes.
Yeah, well, because last week I was by myself and I had a bunch of notes. So this week I'm just kind of like in the zone with the notes, I guess.
Okay.
But it's just for my reference. Hopefully I don't start. If I start like going line by
That on
line,
the list?
cut me off.
Okay.
Cut me off. Yeah. So last week we weren't sure about Barcode is what we usually call her. It's got the big tattoo on her neck.
Oh, yeah.
She did get killed by Negan. That was confirmed on Talking Dead after the show. Her name is actually Laura. For some reason I was thinking Stephanie, but I'm just getting it mixed up with Eugene's, his chat girlfriend.
Pen pal.
Yeah. What are they calling his the radio? Maybe I don't know.
Something. I thought it was something Badger.
Honey badger. What is it? What bug? Something bug.
Not a June.
Tater bug. That's it.
Tater
It's so
bug.
weird. That's such a Eugene thing. Yeah.
Tater bug. Okay.
Yep. So she is dead, and she also said that her tattoo is a tribute to a boyfriend of hers that died before she became a savior. So it's kind of like,
Oh.
I don't know, it's a personal
It
thing.
might be. Scan it if you had a phone that worked with a QR code. You scan it.
It's his
Scan
QR
it, and it's like
It's his Snapchat code.
or it's the barcode of his favorite food or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
Tattoos are weird like that.
Yeah. On her neck, too, man. I guess she was like, it's the apocalypse. Got to look like a badass. It's going on the neck.
It's going on the neck.
And where do you find tattoo artists in the apocalypse? Maybe it was before the apocalypse. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We won't because she's dead.
That's true. Unless we get a backstory or something. I don't
Flashback.
know.
Or
Who knows?
we'll not see. But okay.
Yeah. And just in case you guys see or hear something shuffling around, Ghost, my dog, is in the room. So
wow.
shout out to Ghost, who is a nervous wreck right now. For some reason, he won't lay down.
No, he keeps sniffing my leg.
Yeah, he's a sniffer.
Alright.
So a couple things just from last week that I picked up from watching last week's Talking Dead. This is the first time Judith had ever shot a real person.
Yep.
Luckily, he didn't die, or not luckily. I don't know what kind of effect that might have on her. That could be interesting.
I feel like luckily he didn't die. Because, I mean, we saw what happened with Carl when he was started shooting people. He just kind of got to the point, was like, oh, I surrender. And he still just shot him anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I want to see that played out with her as a different how she would handle it differently. But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not a replay of Carl, but
I feel like it'll be slightly worse because Carl had Rick, he had Herschel, he had Daryl.
and a life before the apocalypse.
And a life before the apocalypse. So, yeah, she would just become numb to it. And it's like, oh, a person.
Yeah, she slashed that dude's leg like nothing. Remember?
Like it was
Remember
just
that guy?
butter. Yeah, because that's what happens when your kid learns how to fight in the apocalypse.
Yep, give her a tiny sword and she goes down. Also, Beta, that vest he had on, he got it from the first guys he killed that were like trying to make a game out of it or whatever, and he decided to get the vest. Because I was like, why is he
wearing
just like, haha, I'm wearing a vest. And he gets up, pops up like Michael Myers and just goes on. Also, Kaylee Fleming, who plays Judith, will be in the new Loki show on Disney Plus.
Okay.
As potentially as young Enchantress.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
That's going to be...
Yeah, she's already young Ray and young
Disney's just like, hey,
grown man Judith.
come do things for us.
Yeah, how many Walking Dead characters we got? We got Michonne, we got Aaron, we got Connie, and now we got Judith that are all in the Marvel universe. Yeah.
They're just plucking them out.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
And Shane. Netflix-ish.
Because he was Punisher.
Yeah.
If they want to put him in the DCEU as Punisher,
I would love to have him cross over with the multiverse. I mean, this is off, but in the multiverse they could make it happen.
Yeah.
But that's another show. There's a lot to catch up. We used to do FOMO Show every week and talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we're a little backed up on stuff. What's happening? A lot's happening. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. Right now it's Walking Dead time. Let's get into it.
Back to it.
Rate the episode, Quinn. What did you think about this episode?
9 screaming guys dying on fire.
9?
Yeah.
Really?
I enjoyed the way it kind of like started to play out as like a build to something that was going to be really big, and then the last few minutes of the show it delivered on its build, and now it's like, y'all are about to lose.
Yep.
So
it's about to get cray.
And it's been like, it's really enjoyable. I don't know, like this episode's been really, it was more enjoyable than past episodes, and I feel like it was a big step up from the mid-season premiere, and it was even more of a step up from the last episode last week.
Yeah, I can't remember what I gave last week. I think it was like a 8 or 9. But this week, I'm going to say episode 11 turned it up to 11.
Turned it up to 11?
11 skin freaks.
11 skin freaks. That's the first 11 the show's had.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Because I was getting some hardcore Helm's Deep feels.
Okay.
And so I was just like, yes. All right. So I guess before we get too far into it, let's go ahead and an intro. Maybe we should flip this around and do it. No. I meant like rate the episode after we do the intro.
Okay. All right.
Because we already rated it, but it was supposed to be a teaser, but it's just turned to us getting into the show.
Yeah, it always.
And then we got to stop and pull out, and
That's what she said.
Oh, ayo.
Or he.
TV 14.
TV 14.
This show is rated whatever show we're reviewing. So if it's a TVM show, y'all better watch out.
All right.
But we're on TV, so.
Episode 11, Morning Star. The whispers are coming for Hilltop. After Daryl and Lydia's encounter with Alpha, the communities decide whether to run or fight. Meanwhile, Eugene's communications with Stephanie gets complicated.
By the way, it's good to hear your voice not didn't you say you had pneumonia last week?
I did have pneumonia.
Yeah.
Well, first I had the flu, and then I got pneumonia after that.
Good grief.
So
I went, this is the end of 3 weeks. I got still a little slight cough, and a little tickle. So going into 4 weeks, but when I went to the doctor, I was coming off of it. So he was like, I'm not even going to test you because I'm sure it's over.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. I don't know what I had or if I had anything, but yeah.
That's what they said to me for my flu. But then, like, I wasn't getting better. So my grandmother and mother made me go back to the doctor. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to treat you for pneummonia. So they gave me antibiotics and an inhaler.
An inhaler?
Yeah, for breathing treatment and everything. And
I finished my antibiotics on Monday.
Finished mine Thursday. But yeah, and now I'm all okay.
Is this from the hospital?
No, this is from the zoo. I went to the St. Louis Zoo today as well.
Woohoo!
Woo!
The zoo is awesome, and the St. Louis Zoo is amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Like when you first walk in, and they've got the water, and you can walk up under it.
Yep.
It's gorgeous. That's a great zoo. That's where half my family's from. We go there. Not as often as we should, but shout out to my family in St. Louis. If any of you guys ever watch this, I know a lot of my cousins are like, I'm done with The Walking Dead. So can't blame them. But this episode made holding out worth it.
Yeah.
So this is why we love to do the show. When we get a great episode, it's so much fun.
Yeah, you get those little gems in there, and it's like, the diamond in the rough I've been searching for.
The diamond in All right.
Well, all right. Where should we start with this this episode?
I don't know. I'm like, I'm scene by scene, so I might be flipping around here a lot. So mind my page flips.
Well, let's start with the bad guys and then work our way to the good guys. So,
Okay. So
Negan and
tree sap.
Tree Sap.
Yeah. Did you get what they were doing? Like at the beginning of the episode?
When they were whipping each other?
No, before that. Oh, well, no. I forgot about that part. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're getting kinky.
Yeah.
Getting weird.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, before that, Beta and the Whisperers were draining the tree sap. Remember he took his knife?
Yeah. Yes.
That's a giant knife.
It's
They were showing
that's
stills.
a knife.
They were showing stills from Talking Dead last week, and he was holding his knife, and Rosita had her sword with the things on it, which she should have cut him up
Dang.
way worse.
It has a name, but I can't remember. Yeah, that.
Yeah, it looked like a chainsaw on steroids.
Bone saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bone saw is ready. Sorry, that wasn't as good as yours.
Not gonna do it.
just wait, it'll come out. It'll come out.
But yeah, no, I mean it makes sense now. And like when I was watching it, we were like in the car and we had it hooked up to the car speaker and just kind of like had it on the dash so we could both see it as I was driving. But it was like, well, that's weird. But now it makes sense because they were preparing for war and getting stuff to
the war has begun.
set them on fire, which I really liked because it showed like, oh, they're more than just we're gonna sneak and hide amongst the dead. We also know how to make fire bombs.
I like how their war tactics were very, very grounded in nature and
super guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
And in like they weren't even amongst the horde when it first got there. I thought they were like some of them were gonna kind of be there, and then when they got up on the electric fence, they were just like kind of slip through. Yeah. Like somebody get electrocuted, but but none of that happened.
That's
like
how she lost her hair.
And like none of that happened. Like they were all standing back, just letting the horde be a horde, and Beta up there, all right, everybody shoot. First, when he was walking out of the woods and all the little tree sap balls were on the ground, I was like, is that poop? Like I literally thought
you didn't make the connection from the very beginning of the episode?
No, because I was like looking at it and it was brown and it looked shiny and fresh, and I thought it was just like, why are they showing this shot of this poop? This is weird. Are they gonna fling poop at them?
Oh, that would be hilarious. I mean, they got the latrine.
So I mean, I didn't put it past them.
Didn't they? I want to say like in Roman warfare or some medieval warfare, there was an instance where they did that, and everybody just got sick.
And everybody got sick. And they did the same thing in Vietnam. The little traps they would have, the tiger traps. The little spikes that were at the bottom, they put the poop on it. So
Really?
if you fell and like even if you like didn't get impaled or you got cut, just getting cut from it, you would get sick because it would get in there and get infected. And yeah.
You got the poo-poo.
You got the poo-poo. So
that's poop.
But that's what I thought it was. And then they start flinging them, and it was like, oh no.
That would have been awesome, though. I mean, when I first saw the tree sap thing, I was like, oh, they're about to light somebody on fire because that's flammable. But then they showed a bunch of them, and I was like, oh shit.
They're gonna light everything on fire.
Yeah. But the poop would have been amazing.
Yeah. See?
That would have been crazy. Could you imagine Daryl with the mace like, ah!
What is this?
And Negan just like, ha, 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 ha. Got their shitting pants on.
Well, you're in the shit now.
Yeah. Takes one to know one.
Yay. But yeah, so that was like pretty ingenious. I'm happy that they are showing more of Alpha being a really amazing strategist.
Yes.
Yeah. which is like they kind of like showed glimpses here and there, but then they would like take a step back by showing something weird, or like why would she do that type of thing? Because the fair, I was a very good example of like Alpha being a very good strategist, infiltrating in there and just taking people out,
Seems like so long ago.
sending Dante in.
Yeah. That one, yeah. That at first I was like, man. Then when it was all revealed, I was like, oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, and then now, like you thought the Horde was the real problem. Nah, the Horde is to pick you guys off.
Yeah, they're just the pawns.
Yep. The real thing is the fire that I'm going to burn down your literal tree fort. Because, and Shay asked, like, why did the wall go up so quickly? It's because it's giant, dry logs that they use stuff to pack in there that I'm sure if you took a fire
if it was like pitch and tar and pitch and stuff, that stuff's flammable too.
Yeah. It's just going to light up. Mm-hmm. Alpha and Negan got weird.
Yeah. I was surprised that he went through. At this point, I'm wondering if he's pulling a Eugene and just like playing along until the right moment, or if he's truly all in. Because there's a lot of stuff going on that Negan has been known to be really against.
Yep. But
especially if he starts seeing them being able to take who they want and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. But he's just still... He's in the thick of it. Like whatever he's doing, he is deep down in the thick of the whole thing of it all. And I feel like the way it looks to me is Negan's slowly like building a Whisperer Savior hybrid by like basically just putting himself in Alpha's pocket and keep feeding her information and little ideas like cutting down the trees and having them block the ways.
Yeah, Daryl recognized that immediately.
Yeah. And
that puts a whole new spin on the Whisperer War, where you've got them actually working together. Because
now it's them fighting what they beat 10 years ago, 7.
Wow.
And now with this new threat who also I don't really care about life. I have this horde and tree fire. Fire water. What do you want to call it? What would you call it?
Fire water?
Fire water.
Fire sap?
Fire. There you go. That's better. Fire sap. I like that one. Or, yeah. And
sticky fire.
Sticky fire. And it just kind of feels like he's... At first, he was just kind of going there be a double agent, but right now it just feels like he's all
got
in.
A little something he wanted. I don't know.
Oh,
did he, though?
Was it?
I know it's been years, but did he? Did he?
Oh, I don't know.
He took one for the team for sure.
Did he? Or was he just like, man, I think that was really good. Let's try it again.
I don't know,
kept going.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's I mean, his pride is gone.
Yep. He's wearing the mask. Oh yeah, he's wearing a mask.
He is wearing a mask.
Is this the first time we see him in a mask?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, on the Talking Dead tonight, they said that skin mask is actually a mold of Norman Reedus' face.
Well, that's hilarious.
And he's like, I want to wear Norman's face. And he plays Daryl. And he also cut little slits right there. He's got kind of a Joker grin.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want that mask now.
Yeah. The caller was like, is this mask going to be available for Halloween? He was like, probably not in time, but you can get beta and alphas online.
Give me the Norman mask.
Yeah.
But, yeah, anything...
One thing that did stand out to me as when Negan was asking, and he was like, oh, does this mean we're bonded for life? And she said, depends.
She's feeling it too.
Yeah.
So
she traded one connection for another with Lydia for Negan.
Yep. Which is why she's totally fine with her daughter just dying now, I'm sure. Maybe.
Yeah, especially after her little chant at the end of the last episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. This is a worrisome time for anyone that's not on board with Negan and Alpha. Cause
Nalpha.
Nifa? Nalpha. Nalpha's better.
Nalpha. Yeah, it's weird.
Anything else on them?
Let's see. I got a lot to sort through here. We are the end of the world. We take them all, I guess.
Oh.
I think Negan, I honestly think Negan is trying to pull her back, but then again, he's still killing folks, you know. Maybe he's trying to sell it, or I mean,
that was the other thing.
That's why I think he might be pulling a Eugene, because for him to register in that and be like, I learned it from you, buddy, or something like that at the end.
Yeah. And the other thing that I completely on was he planted the seed of get them to bend the knee.
Yeah.
You don't have to wipe them out if you can just make them submit.
Yeah. As my horde. You don't like that voice?
No. But I feel like
you are a badass.
They have so many creepy moments now.
They do. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's like that toxic relationship and everybody knows it but them.
Yeah.
It's like, stop making out in Walmart.
Just don't.
It's a family reunion. Stop.
Why are you constantly grabbing her butt? Why? But I feel like he told her that get them to surrender, because he's like, well, if I know if they surrender, they will really not take it, and then they'll have more time to figure out how to take her out, because he's thinking of what they did to him.
Yeah.
So a lot of what happened with Negan, we're kind of seeing come back around in a different way, and some of it looks like he's using it to give them an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, straight up burning down Hilltop. I mean, at what point does he? I mean, it seems like he was trying to get her to pull back, and then once he realized there's no turning, it's too late. I might as well just play this out until my next opportunity.
That chance. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, what could he do at this point? He would kill Alpha, Beta, and then he'd have to fight Beta.
He would have to fight Beta and the Horde.
Yeah.
And that's not a fight anybody's going to win. He's just going to die right there. Anything else with the bad guys?
Let's see. We got the catapulting a tree sap.
I feel like
I think that's it.
Before they started shooting the tree sap, I was thinking, why hasn't anybody of Hilltop and Alexandria, why hasn't anybody built a catapult or a trebuchet?
Earl said that there were catapults on the wall when he was telling them that they could defend Hilltop. And he was talking, make our final stand here, and everybody else is like, we're young, Earl. And Aaron's like, what about Adam? Huh? He's like, oh yeah, forgot. Even though Earl, I think he said he fought in Vietnam or something like that. So I mean, Earl, everybody's like, we're gonna die. He's like, you better shut up.
It's fine. We're gonna be fine.
You better shut up.
Everything's literally on fire, and he's saying it's fine.
Yep. So I guess we could talk about from their point of view now, since that kind of leads into Hilltop and Daryl and them arriving with Lydia. Of course, they were about to go try to find Connie, and Yumiko and Kelly kind of had a little falling out, and Luke is looking thinner and thinner every time. And dude, I thought he was still at Oceanside. When did he come back with them? When did he come back?
I think they all came. He came back with them all because I think he came back
after
because he
Michonne
left. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Why would he though? I thought he was living out there, moving. Remember that the
Yeah.
big goodbye they gave him, and we're like, oh, Luke's done.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Maybe it's they
They
were
just
like,
needed
yeah.
somebody else, and I was like, oh yeah, Luke. Oh. He hasn't been in an episode yet.
It's like, we'll save it. We'll just put it in the pocket. We gave them a good goodbye. Now let everybody forget about it, and then when they least expect it, bit on the ankle.
I like watching him though. He's a fun guy to watch.
Yeah.
I want to see. I would like to see more of him. He's got a lot of personality. He's a good actor.
I feel like he's about to die.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But yeah, so they all get back to Hilltop and everything, and
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hmm?
Aaron. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So Aaron, he was like, okay, what's she doing here? Oh no. Earl refused to let Mary Gamma.
Gamary.
Gamaria.
Gamry.
Mammary? No. Mama?
This is the show now. We just think of names.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he refused to let her see Adam. And that was a big falling out later. And I mean, what side do you guys take? Are you siding with Alden and Earl, or are you siding with Gamma? Who does she deserve a second chance? Not yet. Has she not earned it yet? I mean, I understand their point of view because she just showed up.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen it on our end that she's slowly been not with Alpha this whole time, ever since. And then she even said to Beta, like, this place isn't what y'all said it was. This, knowing that their way of life works, it's a good way of life, and it's nothing to just go at. Nothing flew out, but and they all only see her as a whisperer, as just like they did Lydia, and then so she's just gonna have to go through that as well, and Lydia's still going through it.
Yeah, and Aaron has known her the longest, but he is also a scout, and he's used to kind of feeling people out and bringing them in and helping them become part of the team. So
Giving
hopefully
them a
he
easier. Giving them a chance a lot easier.
Yeah. Hopefully he can kind of eventually get through to. He did come to her rescue, but man, Alden's got a point though.
Yeah. Even if she gave them the information to where the herd was, they'd still lost 2 people as far as we know.
Yeah.
And now the horde's literally at the front door.
Yeah. A lot of heightened emotions, a lot of hurt feelings. I mean,
A lot
people
of dead
literally
girlfriends.
killed his wife and his surrogate mother and his girlfriend.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna flip through.
I feel like Ezekiel's. So we saw.
Hold on, before let's kind of break it up. Let's do. Okay, we talked about the bad guys. Let's do just Hilltop in general as far as like prepping for war.
All right.
And then we'll get into the Carol, Daryl, Ezekiel thing, and then we can get into the Rosita, Eugene thing.
Okay.
Stephanie thing. Cool.
Cool.
Okay. Because I don't know. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. Good.
That's fine.
All right. Cool. You guys good? Okay. Yeah. All
No
couple of you
objections.
that are watching. Or later on, more people will watch later. So yeah. Let's see. Yumiko sent out the scouts for the horde, and obviously they tried to get there. This is where I was getting really getting the Helm's Deep feel, because they were like, okay, gather the women and children, go to Oceanside. We can't defend this place. But then they had to go back, and I was like, oh no. Like that's a good. That was a nice little twist right there.
Everybody's stuck.
Yeah.
Yep. But what
But
else?
technology, Eugene. Oh boy, let's figure something out. That's not how he talks at all. But
No. If how he sounds for the first time in
we
real
can defend it.
in like real life, and it threw me off. I'd need him to just sound like Eugene
Josh
from
Montgomery,
yeah.
Yeah, who's a comedian in real life and just is killing it as a dramatic actor on this show.
So, in his very wonderful whatever Southern accent that is.
Yeah. I'm still digging his long braid.
just every time he turns around, it's just there.
Yeah, I want to see him put a blade in it and fight walkers like.
I told you it was going to work. They tried to come around, and I just whipped it around on them.
Yeah, like what is it? Alien, the tail.
It just comes around. Yep.
Yeah.
They got. I didn't think they had that much electricity.
That was a lot of car
That
batteries.
was a lot
There
of
was
car
a lot of
batteries.
car batteries, and Mater was sitting there.
Yeah, there was a lot of car batteries that they used to make makeshift electric fired
Electric fence ish. That was
Yeah,
yeah.
because like it cut through the first 15 maybe.
Yeah.
Or
And how many
walkers.
layers did he have? Like he can find that many car batteries, but he could only find like 30 foot of.
30 foot of just some metal cord. It's like, it'll work. We'll hope.
Yeah.
But they put, the giant 50-inch nails in the wood posts as well and sent the current through that.
Yeah.
So that did,
That's it. Yeah.
it did something, but then they all just started leaning up against it and...
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was going to be really effective, like take out the first wave, but then like once they started pressing up on it, it was done.
It was done. It just...
We saw like one or two go, and Eugene was like, and then it fell, and he's like,
well, I tried.
yeah. I was like, surely Eugene's gonna be able to save it, but
I thought the rats were a very...
nice touch.
Very
yeah.
nice touch.
Except they didn't. Like, how long was it until the actual? Like, they saw the rats about noon, and then it was like dusk,
Yeah, it was
and they actually got the
about
horde.
nighttime when they finally got there.
Yeah.
Which means, animals tend to scatter a little bit before stuff like really comes down. Because if they were like, if the horde was right on that little horde of rats heels, then it would have been a lot worse. Because they wouldn't have had any more time to prepare or anything.
Yeah.
So I think that the rats came like, oh, we got about an hour. So let's...
Rats move faster than a horde. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Like, what I want to see, like, I do like that they introduced wildlife. That there was just like a shit ton of rats.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see like where are the hogs? Where are the wild hogs? Like
Where are
we
the
live in
hogs?
Arkansas, and there was a report came out that they killed like 300 to 500 hogs, just feral hogs. And
Around.
and that was just to thin out the population.
Okay.
Like last month they did that. Like the government, our government, state government did that. Could you imagine hogs unchecked?
They would be everywhere.
Yeah, you couldn't walk through the woods.
You would have so much food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking with Chris. It's like a nice little addition to the show would be that the virus mutated and started infecting the animals. That would be
horrible.
crazy.
That'd be it. That's the end of the show, y'all.
Could you imagine the zombie rats coming at your feet? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
that would be such a whole different terrifying element.
Like you go into your pantry and then you open the door right there in your bag of beans, and it jumps on your face. Oh.
Yeah. But well, I was thinking that too, but now it's occurring to me that they would be kind of like shambling, like they wouldn't be like fast zombies.
They wouldn't be fast, but they would be wherever they are that like they're gonna get that stuff infected.
Yeah.
Like because they're still rats.
Yeah. Could you imagine like Daryl walking through the woods and there's like you don't even see it, a zombie squirrel just bit your foot.
Oh, that's game. You're dead.
Yeah.
So many people are gonna die from like little things like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even know like if it would affect insects if it started to affect just regular
Dude,
animals.
could you imagine getting bit by a zombie mosquito?
Like,
And
yeah.
what is that? Okay, that's another thing. Like, okay, so people getting
walkers still have blood,
Yeah, zombies.
coagulated
Yeah.
or not. It's still blood.
Yeah, and when somebody gets bit, like or bitten. So okay, I'm trying to figure this out in my head, live on the show right now. So yeah, they get bitten and then they get infected because of all of the infection from their teeth and the bite, because they're already infected. Everybody's infected, right? And that's where they get what is it like? What do they call it? Sepsis and all that kind of stuff sets in, and they get infected and they die. I wonder if a mosquito bite. No, because they wouldn't die from a regular mosquito bite, except that it's dead blood. Maybe, I don't know. They're not inserting blood.
No, so mosquito. I mean,
I'm thinking way too hard about this.
So mosquitoes need blood to reproduce. That's that's their thing. But whenever they bite you, they put the little stuff in there that numbs it so you can't really feel that they bit you.
Yeah.
And then whatever was in them, they pass a little bit of that on to you as they're drinking your blood.
Yeah.
So if like they bite a zombie, but then they didn't get enough, and if they don't die, and they come to like a living person, living, breathing, healthy person, bite them, some of that zombie blood is gonna get into you.
Right. So I mean, you could technically, you can get West Nile, you can get viruses from mosquitoes. So, but you're already infected with this one, so I guess it wouldn't.
But
it's not enough
if you get zombie blood,
cause sepsis.
That's how what's his face Gabriel lost one of his eyes because he got zombie blood in his eye.
Yeah.
So
he didn't die from it.
He didn't die from it, but he went blind. So zombie blood obviously does something to you.
Yeah, it's infected. It's old, nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you would have like a sore at least, I would think.
That's probably what would happen.
Sorry, we forgot you were there.
You'd probably start to rot.
That would be gross. Can you imagine if it got in your bloodstream? Like, it might spread like that. You might get sick.
And you rot from the inside out.
That's disgusting.
Cool, let's do that.
Especially if it's a zombie mosquito.
Yeah. Like that's
or it's just a zombie bee. You get stung by a zombie bee and the little hook is still in there.
I feel like zombie insects would cause you to rot if they bit you.
Yeah, or a wasp just stinging you over and over again. A zombie. Oh my God! Could you imagine like a zombie hornet just going after you? Or you get into a hornet's nest.
Beg for death.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Oh.
Or a zombie badger. Or Wolverine.
So it's time to start burning everything.
Yeah.
We
pray for death.
We found a rabbit hole and we just kept going.
Yeah. Sorry. How many minutes was that? Okay, let's get back on the show.
So
that would be an interesting turn though, but I mean, there's too much to think about. Like, okay, how would that work?
At some point in time, you just have to.
Maybe that's why Kirkman didn't go that route.
It's because at some point in time, you have to be like, all right, this is where we're going to cut this off at. Because past this point, everyone's dead in the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like everything would still be going on, like mosquitoes, like animals, all that stuff would still be out.
Like zombie swine flu, like transmitting back and forth. Surely it can transmit to some form of animal, like chimps or apes or something. Could you imagine being, like zoos or being
have to transfer because they
South America or
our DNA's too close. Huh. But also, did
we just unravel The Walking Dead again?
But did you see the tweet of what he kind of like just teased at what caused the virus?
No.
Oh, so there was a tweet like I think I
might have heard about it, but it was like weeks ago, and I was like, I'll look at it later.
It was like 2 months ago, and he. Well, that's when the tweet was. You probably still heard about it not too long ago. But
this should have been in like The Walking Dead info.
But aliens.
What?
Yeah,
aliens.
He said he was kind of teasing
I feel like there's a
it.
spin-off comic coming.
I mean, Rick movies, they said it's going to get more sci-fi and weird.
They did.
But he kind of teased aliens came by the planet and boop and left. Like we were just an experiment for them.
Wow. That's disappointing.
So
interesting. Okay.
But yeah.
Wow, that's a whole nother rabbit hole that okay.
We're not gonna keep y'all forever.
No, yeah, sorry.
It's all
I need.
right.
Yeah, we got to get back on track. This is wow. Okay, interesting. Yes. Yeah, I mean, hit us up in the comments. Let's have this conversation somewhere else, like in the comments or something. But yeah, that wow. Okay, wow. Why?
Carol,
You know,
Daryl,
it's
Ezekiel.
like Robert Kirkman. He's like, I'm done with the comic. It's time to burn it.
It's time to burn it. But
Like, let's just like the puppet master. He would do something like that too. Just like, suing me for money. I'll end you. I'll just make it so weird nobody cares.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Carol,
Okay. Oh,
Carol,
sorry.
Daryl, Ezekiel.
Well, hold on. We
Okay.
did get a little montage, and that's kind of
Oh yeah, and Hilltop as they prepared.
Yes, Ezekiel gave Lydia Henry's armor, which was
Yeah,
just like made me cry.
for Lydia. Oh,
Yeah, and Aaron gave Mary a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Mama. In honor of Women's Day, Mama.
Nope.
Ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
But
I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. I mean, just because, like, well, if you're able-bodied, you can fight.
Right,
There's no,
yeah.
I don't hate
He
you
trusts her
enough
enough.
to where, like, you know, you can't even have a weapon. Good luck.
Yeah, that was a turning point, and that's really gonna help her be a part of the team for them to go through this together. Her fight alongside them.
Yeah.
I really want to see Thora Birch stick around as a character on the show because I don't think there's not enough Whisperer turncoats that have joined the crew yet.
And we haven't, besides, like, the main ones, you haven't really seen any Whisperers. If you do, they're going to die very soon. Any Whisperer that's had more than, like, a scene that what's the word I'm looking for? That was kind of outside of their little cove or anything, either got shot not too long after, or Alpha garroted them to death, or whatever.
And to be honest, there might not be that many because it's a whole different animal than the Saviors. Like the Saviors was like a way of life, you know, that they were trying to, it's like, okay, well, this is how the world works now. And then they were shown a different way. But with the Whisperers, it's like, it's a cult.
Yeah.
It's like, it wipes you away. Like it's not like the Saviors.
You're not who you were.
Yeah.
You are now what we make you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a whole different worldview. Yeah. So there might not be that many that cross over because of they've been brainwashed, you know?
And because Alpha tells them that their way of life doesn't work. This isn't like, this is the only way we can survive. They
even have their own chant.
Yeah.
The Pledge of Allegiance.
The Pledge of Alpha.
Yeah. Allegiance. I gotta stop. All right, so then Judith tries to radio Dato.
Nate?
She said or I was watching it with the captions on it. Said Dato, come in, Dato. I was trying to figure out if that was who Michonne was with, because remember they gave her the radio.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Code name for Michonne, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Dato.
Or I mean, somebody knows. Why don't you let us know if you know?
Who Dato is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see. The montage.
Oh, not that I saw outside of just like, Jerry with his family and, that kind of thing.
Preparing, I guess Judith gave Daryl the new vest.
Yes, that was a big deal.
So he got his other wing
That was
back.
another.
Yeah, he's no longer the one-winged angel.
Yeah, which is another huge character moment for Daryl because they've been talking a lot about how Daryl has stepped up and this and that, and he's the leader of Alexandria, and I was like, I don't feel that yet. I feel like Gabe is still in charge, and that's his place. And they've still got their council being picked off one by one, just like Laura last week. But Daryl is kind of like a reluctant leader. He's just doing what's necessary, except the way that he talked to Carol last week, and he said, "I can't trust you He was talking like Rick to Carol. You know,
Yeah.
I can't trust that. You know, I got to keep my eye on you, and that you're not going to go out and get people killed or whatever. So that was a nice little step up moment for his point of view. But to see the angel wing restored, because that's always been a character visual for Daryl, with him getting deteriorated and then him losing one wing when he went out in the woods, and now he's back and he's got a new
wing, and he's making sure he's looking out for the kids. He's like, I try to take Alpha out, couldn't take Alpha out, but I'm gonna make sure everybody gets out best I can. Don't worry about me. I'm just gonna make sure y'all safe as best I can.
Yeah, I really like this dynamic with Daryl. It's a whole different Daryl.
Yeah.
Like he stepped up in such a huge way, and his interactions with Judith are a lot more fatherly than just like I'm Uncle Daryl and I come and go as I please type thing.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of evolved since, because in season 9 we've kind of saw them interact a little bit.
Yeah, when they're sitting on the dock. And
but
sitting on the dock.
But it's definitely changed, and like especially now that Daryl's pretty much he's back in Alexandria and everything, and he's trying to be a protector not just to Judith, but he like took in Lydia too and tried to make her feel like you belong. But so Daryl's really grown as a character, and it's really good. I like it.
And his we can get into it later, but his interaction with Ezekiel was pretty awesome too. So okay, we get let's see, Kelly feeling the ground, feeling them coming. Aaron forming up the ranks, electric fence, the wall of branches was pretty cool.
That was a very good strategy on their part, and it was really cool. But also, y'all just gave this woman so much stuff to burn.
For real, everything was made out of wood. And man, and like when they were going out there and they showed the wide shot of like how few people they actually had, I was like, oh, they're screwed.
Yeah,
they're screwed big time.
It just takes one thing to go wrong, and it was fire.
And what if the horde didn't come in at the front door? Like they had how wide did they build that fence and that electric fence? Like, I mean, had the horde come in the back, they'd be just like, oh, crap. Like, I mean.
Guys.
And why would you, if I was Alpha, like, why would you go to the front?
Because it didn't matter. Like, it's
that's true.
It's like,
it's just hubris.
Yeah, I'm going to give them this little taste of hope just so I can burn it away.
Yeah. And Lydia said that, too, that she'll just, storm right over you.
Yeah.
Run right through you. Let's see. The archers was cool. Even though I don't remember, I remember seeing like Yumiko and them shooting arrows, but I don't remember seeing arrows hit walkers.
It was nighttime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. The catapults of tree sap was really cool. Let's see. We already said that. Alpha Negan. Oh yeah, Negan. Shooting the arrows too. Like, I mean, he was right up in the middle of it.
He had no choice. He can't just be like, no, I'm not gonna shoot it.
Yeah, I mean, what's he gonna say? No, at this point, like he'll be gutted.
Yeah, because like super quick.
Yeah, I think he realizes how crazy Alpha is, and I think he's gonna make a comment about that real soon. It's like, I couldn't go with that. It's like I tried, but I couldn't do that. That psycho chick. So yeah, that's all I got on that aspect.
All right, same here. So Ezekiel, Daryl, Carol.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot Kelly and Yumiko made up before
before the rats.
Yeah.
Yep. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yumiko's gonna die.
Think so?
I feel like it. Cause
before Magna gets back.
Right as Magna gets back. Magna's gonna see
Yumiko
Yumiko die.
What do you think would make Magna step up?
Yumiko dying.
Yumiko dying?
Yeah,
and like in her honor type thing?
In her honor. Because Yumiko, she would see her trying to like lead people and get everything all set up and be...
yeah, she's the de facto leader of Hilltop right now.
Yeah.
Outside of Daryl, who just kind of takes over everything. Yeah.
Daryl shows up, he takes over.
Yeah. Because Ezekiel's not trying to lead, even though Daryl is kind of challenging him to. Even though he's like, I got cancer. What do you think? And Carol's there, who's not in leadership capacity either. Mm-mm. So it just kind of falls on her.
And then Magna's gonna show back up right as Yumiko gets, bit, knife through her heart. Pick one. She's gonna die.
And then you say they're gonna lose Luke too, so that could be another big one.
Yep.
Do you think Connie and Magna are gonna survive the cave, or just one, or
both?
I think both.
I think both too. And Kelly's probably gonna bite the dust.
Yeah.
Because
even though I really like her character.
Only reason I say this is because there are, like, we see in the opening scenes, like, it's 4 heads on a spike. And I feel like at the season finale, or like the last 2 episodes of this season, there's going to be 2 deaths in one episode and 2 deaths in another episode.
I don't know. I just took it as symbolic for the pikes at the.
I feel like season. They would have had more heads if that was the case. We'll see.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up. It is. I think we're right at an hour now ish.
Yeah.
So. But hey. This is our show. We can do what we want. You can just turn it off if you don't. I mean, I'm not. Please don't turn this off. There's more interesting stuff to come.
Ding.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. If that didn't convince you. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Okay. We got the whole Carol, Daryl, Ezekiel thing. Like, I mean, I get where Ezekiel is at, and that was really sweet of him to go get Carol and just sit with her. Like, that was a classic Ezekiel Carol moment. And it scares me because I think had we not just seen Ezekiel in the teaser for next week on Talking Dead, I don't think, but that was in the what do they call that? That's the sneak peek that he was in trying to get the kids. But in the teaser for next week, we see Daryl and Carol. Maybe they get separated, or I'm scared that Ezekiel's dead, that he's gone, dead. Because they're wrapping up the Carol Ezekiel line, and they're wrapping up the tension between him and Daryl.
Yep.
And he just passed on Henry's armor.
Nothing left of the kingdom.
He's going to sacrifice himself. Jerry is stepping up.
He let everybody know he has cancer. Well, he let Daryl know he has cancer. He let Carol know he had cancer.
Yeah, accident. Yeah.
Well, he always wanted to tell her, but he never just did.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, it's here. So they slept together again.
Yeah, she was like, that's sexy.
Yeah, that weird moment. And then he's just like in bed, like, yeah, that was fun. He's like, well, that was never the problem.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she was like, yeah, you lost your sense of humor. I left it on the thing. And then he's like, well, would you have done this if we weren't going to die? We're going to die? It's like, okay. It's mixed signals.
All right, y'all.
Still, yep. Same old.
Yep.
Them too. But,
so.
Yeah, but yeah, I think he's a goner. I hate to say it.
And
I really like Corey Payton as part of the show. I wish we would have had more of him this season.
They gave us more than what we should have had, because he should have died a long time ago. Well, at the fair.
The Pikes.
Yep. I feel like if they were going to switch out a head and keep the same number, probably would have kept Henry and put his head on it instead.
Yeah. But then we'd have had a replay of what's going on with Lydia going off on her own. Well, Lydia wouldn't have gone off on her own
No,
because
because she still would have had Henry.
Yeah.
And Henry would have gone down.
Or they would have run off together.
Or they run off together. Henry would have became Darth Vader. And...
and end up killing Lydia, like, with his anger. And she died of a broken heart.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had twins.
Don't do it, Walking Dead. I feel like somebody's pitched that idea.
They had twins named them Carol and Daryl.
They're the new hope.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it would have been a replay of what's going on with Judith. Like, I want to fight. And, you know.
But yeah. But would have shook the characters up of how it happened, I guess.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But, yeah. I really don't want to see him go, but it's time.
It's time. They built it up. They got the feels in there.
Next episode, you think? I think. Yeah, like he's gonna do something super heroic.
Judith and Carol show up. They get the rest of the kids, or Judith and Daryl get the rest of the kids. Then something happens. He's like, "Go!" And then music, slow mo running.
And Jerry's like, "No!"
Jerry sees it, and it's that moment like where Simba is on the rocks in Lion King. And he's like, "No!" And like zooms on his face. Does the same thing to Jerry, and.
Or he's like coughing blood, like, "You were always my king. You always will be."
And then it's like, "You're a king now," and then he dies.
Yeah.
Aww.
King of the angels.
That's all I have on that.
Yeah. But yeah, they definitely closed up his story. And the Daryl Ezekiel thing was really cool. Even though they didn't give him a moment with Jerry, I think they're saving that to the end.
To his last breath.
Yeah, because Jerry is definitely, like, they're using him and stepping him up in new ways.
Especially since they didn't kill him in the cave.
Yes.
Which is where the only place I think they would have killed him if they're going to kill him.
Yeah.
Big dude, small places, zombies. Yeah, that's...
They're eating my feet.
That's death. That's what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got on them.
If you were Ezekiel, would you have taken her back? You think he's just so broken? He's just like...
They're both broken. And it's like, well, maybe if we put our broken pieces together, we'll be a whole person for a little bit. Maybe. Or it's like, this is familiar. It's probably a thing of like, it's familiar.
She's like, well, I don't have Daryl. Who am I going to go to now?
Hey, Ezekiel. What's that? I'm not. I can't. I can't do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You ever seen Angry Birds?
Yes. I saw the first one.
Okay. I haven't seen the second one. It's on Netflix now. But yeah. Yeah, that mime, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Ezekiel and Daryl talk. They both agree to get the kids if the other falls. However, in the teaser, when we see Daryl and Carol and Lydia, they're kind of like traipsing through a field, like it's after Hilltop has fallen. But I don't see any kids. I don't recall seeing any kids. But then at the sneak peek, we see Ezekiel with the kids. So maybe Ezekiel made it and they're separated.
They're separated.
Even though he's like, where's Judith?
Yeah.
You know, who's Deanna?
Where's Judith? She's a grown man. She's fine.
Yeah.
She's all right. What would be super... Ooh.
Oh, come on with it.
Judith, like, ends up getting separated from him. She doesn't find Daryl. And she's kind of, like, on her own for a minute. But she finds Negan and Alpha. I don't know what would happen, but I want that to happen.
What would she do? Like, what would be the resolution?
She sees Negan, and Negan sees her, and then because of their relationship, and Alpha sees her, and Judith's like, "Oh, I know you're Alpha. Draw the sword."
And what do you think, Negan?
Negan
would just be like really disappointed, like, "Oh crap, what'd I do?"
He's someone's gonna have to make a choice.
You think that could be the moment that Negan is like, I can't go through with this?
Yeah. She's about to, like, Alpha will just be like, no, she's going to join the horde. And she's gonna, like, just kill Judith and let her turn. And then Negan's like, I can't.
Do you think it would be like
And he
one of
would
those
take-
moments, like a third shooter type thing, where it's like she's trying to, like, she charges at Alpha or something or whatever, sees her, and even that would take it away from Carol, but still, that but Alpha is about to kill Judith, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, and it's Negan from behind
with Judith's sword. Or he just, like, takes the sword and smooths cut her head off.
Yeah, he's
Like
this
he
is
would-
handy. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. And then he just tells her to run.
Yeah,
But he doesn't, for whatever reason, he doesn't go with her.
and Beta right behind. Whack.
Yep.
But he wouldn't survive. Beta would kill him straight out.
Kill him right
So,
then.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it doesn't work, but it's fun to think about for sure. Because I want the Carol Alpha showdown. I don't know, because in the teaser for next week, it's Carol talking about, like, wanting something so bad and not getting it. So
She could just be the not get it.
she got it this episode.
What is with everyone getting laid in the apocalypse?
Yeah. It's like an 80s movie. It's like, they're right on our heels. Oh, hey there.
Did someone say heels? That's my trigger word.
And my safe word. Okay.
What else is there?
Rosita and Eugene. We can wrap this one up quick.
Okay.
So he's still talking to Stephanie, which was nice because we haven't really seen a whole lot of that.
But they've been talking very intensely the past few days, from what Eugene said, and Eugene done got them feels.
Yep.
And Rosita found...
Yeah, like, I was surprised how, like, he straight up grabbed her arm and moved her, and she was like, ow.
He's like, God, hey, bro, come on, dang, I'm sorry, dang.
He's like, I'm done with you.
Move out the way. Don't talk to my woman that I haven't seen before. I'm getting catfish in the apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. If she turns out to be, like, a female version of Eugene, I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
They got the same ponytail.
It could just be like the civilized version of Alpha. Hi, Eugene.
I don't want to do this anymore. On the risk of that's real, I'm not gonna watch The Walking Dead anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so then there came that moment from the trailer that we all saw where we thought, oh, what? They're about to kiss, and she's just like, go ahead, and kiss me, and he couldn't because
I thought maybe it was just because she was drunk, but she knew he wasn't going to.
yeah, she knew he wasn't going to, like right off.
She was just testing him. But that's what Rosita does. She plays people. Like, quit, Rosita. I mean, that's what he needed, kind of, I guess, but still.
To be assured of his feelings, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, man. It's like,
But
it was such a Rosita thing to do.
Yeah.
It just seems like high school stuff, man. You know what I mean?
That's declassified. But, yeah, it's just who Rosita is now. She runs around with a bone saw and plays with emotions and plays the field and creates love squares or triangles and like a guy that's on a line on the triangle who she doesn't really want, and she has to like say, nah, it's never gonna happen, die.
Yeah. Even though everybody wanted that to happen, or it happened in the comic. They were together.
But she was sleeping with Sadiq on the side.
Even in the comic?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he didn't deserve all that. Sadiq. Oh, sorry.
Also, there are no more doctors.
Yeah, that's true.
Enid's dead. Sadiq's dead. He was a doctor for Dante's dead.
But they're about to meet new community.
Who hopefully
and Maggie's coming back. She's probably going to bring
a doctor.
I heard your doctors had died. By the way, I've been taking courses at the community college.
What?
You have a community college? Yeah, and it's free.
So, yeah.
And then, sorry. I was going to say, and then half the people go, that's socialism. I'm not going. Sorry.
Bernie Sanders comes out and it's fine. Listen, everything's fine. It's going to be all right. I paid for the college, and the zombies are not here.
Oh, I can't believe we actually went there. It's healthcare coverage.
If you get bit, we guarantee we'll shoot you in the head. One bullet for everyone.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. Sorry. What kind of? Well, it's a whole different type of government. I wonder what kind of government they have. It's if it's anything like in the comics, it's kind of like a authoritarian, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe it's a Trump thing. Sorry. Yeah, we're gonna piss people off on this one, but we've pissed off both sides now. So have we? Maybe. Not yet. We're equal opportunity offenders.
We completely are. I told you, if we weren't completely equal opportunity offenders, we would just be this guy over here saying hi. But we're not. It's fine. It's great. Everything's great. It's all good. Hello.
Yes. Oh, I can't do this anymore. It's like a hate symbol or something.
Oh, we can't say okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It supposedly means like white power, like WP. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
I don't know.
It's not cool,
I'm just gonna steer clear of that one.
All right.
All right, yeah. So this was a thick episode. If you're still hanging out, we appreciate it.
One person.
Diehard people. Well, I mean, that's live.
Oh.
Throughout the week, we'll get upwards of, I'm not going to say, but many more.
Numbers.
Times tens.
Do.
Yep. This is a long freaking episode. It was a thick episode. Like, I took 4 pages of notes.
I have a lot of comments, but yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone through all of them.
Yeah. That was it was nice to see Daryl encourage Ezekiel. I just saw that in my notes.
Yep. They had that bro moment where everything was kind of just like, this is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, and one moment we almost forgot when Carol was looking at the portraits.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of closed in on Glenn. And then Daryl's basically out in the graveyard doing the same thing with the graves, like out there remembering the people that have fallen. And then she's like, don't hate me. And he's like, I can never hate you. But then he just walks off.
Yeah.
He's just letting her know, I'm still pissed.
It's like, fam, we're not cool right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true love. It's like old Mary. What is that meme where it's like the old man sitting on the park bench and he's holding the umbrella like.
And just in the rain
yeah.
while his wife's sitting there, yeah.
That's true love right there.
Also, super duper, super side note. I feel like Carol wasn't smoking tobacco. I feel like she was smoking weed.
Probs.
Yeah.
And that was like the cigarette that wouldn't burn down too.
Yeah.
Like every time they showed it, it was like. Yeah. And Lydia was eyeballing that cigarette too. Like she was like,
fam, that stank smell good.
It's like, is there a skunk out here? It's like that. It's one of them left-handed cigarettes. That ain't tobacco.
But,
I mean, if she's getting her cigarettes from Daryl,
yeah,
obviously.
Definitely it is.
Yeah. We saw that in the episode, right?
Yeah.
Or was that just the
it was the
dream
hallucinations,
sequence?
but
Yeah.
I feel like there's just tons of weed still in this house.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Wherever he's staying, that's She was just at his camp.
Yeah.
She was just at his camp. So, convenient much?
But, yeah.
Yep. So, okay. So, let's wrap up the... blah, blah, blah. Rosita encourages... or basically lights a fire under Eugene in a way that he needed.
Yeah.
That only Rosita could do. And he goes and sings, what is it, an Iron Maiden song? And she sings it back.
And they have their Stranger Things moment.
Yes.
And everything.
Why didn't we get that? Oh, turn around. Look at what you see.
Yep.
Yes.
So, and then she gave him, like, hey, meet me here in a week. And now Eugene's like, oh, fam, I got a reason to live. So.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I got a date.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with. Hopefully, Eugene has to live. I think I saw Eugene in the teaser. He was with Daryl and them. Yeah. I think. Do you think Rosita's going to survive? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who's going to feed the baby?
As we wrap this up, who's going to live? Who's going to die? Ezekiel. I think Ezekiel, Luke, and what did we just say? Rosita are on the line.
No, my number one is Yumiko. Yumiko's the number one. Number two, Ezekiel.
You think she's going to die with this? And then, that might work if Magna gets back and Yumiko died while she was gone.
That could work too. Yep. I feel like this is going to set up a lot of people's deaths, and maybe one person will die here. But Yumiko number one, Ezekiel number two.
Because it always happens in the second half, like things get real.
Yep.
And Norman Reedus on Talking Dead tonight said there's just chaos at this point.
Luke
this is
number
where
three.
You got to put up with the first half to get the goodness of the second half. This is where it gets fun.
Alpha.
Alpha. Yeah, Alpha and Beta.
Maybe.
You think?
I feel like it would be a really cool thing if Beta was just like, they never find him to beat him. Like, they beat him, but he just kind of like Michael Myers up when one of them turns around and he's just gone. And then in later seasons, he's just always out there.
It's Ghost.
And so, like, everyone's kind of looking over their shoulders. Like, they can feel someone always watching them, but they never knew what happened to Beta. But he's just kind of out there.
And then one of the three communities gets burned down and he's off in the woods like...
Or...
I'm the Alpha now!
He actually just, like, ends up leaving.
That's his voice, by the
way. Or, like, he ends up, like, leaving this area and we see him run into someone else in one of the other shows.
Oh, please don't have him cross over to Fear. Unless you're going to have Morgan kill him.
Unless you have Morgan kill him. Like, Morgan's just out there in the woods and Beta's just this...
Who this fool? Whack! Stab. Done.
Or it could be cooler, whatever. Or he could make it all his way to...
Runs up with a hot iron like...
And they unmask him because they found the thing to, like, see of who he used to be. And then they see, like, oh, dang. Well, now we know what happened to him.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a big teaser that he's like a country star, or used to be, or whatever.
Also a giant. But yeah.
Yeah. What was he in the comic?
He was an NBA player.
NBA player?
Yeah.
Oh, so he was still a famous guy.
Yeah, he was still famous, but him being a giant made sense.
And
why he was so freakishly just strong.
Yeah, I guess so, like a Shaq type.
That's basically what he was.
Yeah. When I think NBA player, I think tall and skinny, not necessarily
like not tall and beefy.
Yeah. Tall and beefy. Unless you're Shaq or Charles Barkley.
That's basically what it was. Yeah. Just white.
Yeah.
And a beard.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Let's see, football player. Anyways, yeah. So next week, excuse me. This is where I try to do the movie voice and fail miserably.
It's fine.
I used to do like the radio thing. Let's see if I can do that again. Next episode on The Talking Dead or The Walking Dead. I can't speak either. The episode title is Walk With Us. I shifted right there. Yeah, Walk With Us. And they teased that in the teaser. Lydia was like, I'll never walk with her. Yeah. So the description, I don't know what voice to do now. I'll just do myself. Michonne takes Virgil back to his mysterious island to reunite with his family. In exchange, Virgil promises weapons that could change the tide of the Whisperer War.
The plane.
The plane.
No, don't do it.
It's got to be something like helicopters, something, because how many episodes is it taken for her to get there, find what she needs,
and it just be a whole bunch of guns.
and then she gets back and the Hilltop's burnt down, Alexandria's a mess. Like,
it got to be something where like Enter the Valkyrie starts playing and just like
it's gonna have to be like Vietnam type,
Yeah.
dropping napalm stuff.
Napalm in the apocalypse.
Can you imagine the horde just like?
Oh,
Nicotero
my.
would love it.
Yeah. Napalm in the apocalypse as Singing in the Rain plays.
Or it's raining men, and with a bunch of hands and body parts.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. So for our teasers, it looks like Daryl, Carol, Lydia, others, Eugene, I think, have escaped with their lives. Fuzzball in the air. And Negan might have captured Mary/Gamma for Alpha. Because in the second half of the teaser, he says, I think I found what you've been looking for. Unless he's using that to pull her away from everybody to kill her at that moment. Could be. Because he's like, this woman's batshit crazy. It's time to do the deed.
Yep. Because I don't know. Because they've remixed and flipped stuff so much. Because the Horde shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, because
Like,
Alpha's death is what...
Alpha's death's what triggers the Horde to come. Because Beta's like, nah, it's time for revenge. Get the Horde, send them, and I'll
Send in the clowns.
And then because that's
Late.
where he dies as well. Like he goes in there with the Horde and everything, and then as they slowly dwindle down the Horde, he has his final showdown and he dies. So
Who takes out Beta in the...
I can't
comic?
remember. I want to say it's Rick, but I don't think it's Rick.
And that's not happening.
No.
Unless...
Unless Aaron takes him out.
No. Wow, I was going to say Rick shows up.
I mean,
That
still
would be cool.
can.
Maybe Maggie could be Rick and show up and just like...
I have a whole nother thing on that too, but I'll have to save that for another time. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
So, Michonne only has very, very limited episodes left. And next week is going to be one of her big ones.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're seeing what happens in the aftermath of Hilltop burning and what is happening with Michonne and this new place. And for one of the teaser images, she's holding an item and crying over it, and it's like something that has confirmed Rick's alive.
what would it be?
I don't know. It almost looked like it's white or silver metal or something. Some people have speculated that maybe it's like when they got him there and they, stripped his clothes down and threw him in the corner, that maybe it's his clothes that he wore on the day he left or something, or it's, I was thinking maybe a badge or something, but he didn't really carry a badge.
No.
It's got to be like a personal item. If they retcon something and be like, he always had this with him and we never seen it before, I'm going to be pissed off.
Did he have a belt buckle?
I don't think so. I mean,
Okay,
he had, he had the holster for his gun and everything.
They
But,
found his gun, but never the holster.
yeah. But it wasn't like a buckle that I don't recall if there was just like a big belt buckle type thing. I don't think so.
We'll look at pictures.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
What could it be?
What could it be? Don't sue me. But yeah.
Don't say me.
Don't sue me.
Oh.
But yeah, I think that's
Yep.
it. All right.
I think that's it. Yep. That's it for us. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, watching all the way through. Hopefully we've kept you entertained. I know I was. In my Walking Dead shirt with the flames from season 2, with the farm burning. The new Maggie's new farm just burned.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
She's 0 for 2 when it comes to stuff that involves
and
farms.
all the portraits too.
Oh, and Glenn's remains. Oh, ooh, she is gonna kill Alpha.
Oh yeah.
She's
going
just
down.
gonna show up.
She's like, they did
shotgun
what?
in the chest.
That's my Maggie voice, by the way. They did what?
About right.
That is not happening. She's got a different twang than Alpha. You need to go?
Slightly, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is Dylan. Thanks for joining us. I hope that you'll join us live on YouTube next Sunday, 10 p.m. or 10:05-ish. Yeah. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon, ping, so you know when we drop a new video or when we go live. And podcast listeners, please leave us 5 stars in the podcast app. And check out the website at www.broken.pictures.com. And this is Dylan.
This is Quinn.
And we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Peace.
Peace. Bye. Let me find that.